build specs that we put into the package, and we're going to have a closer look at the engine bay. Engine bay wise, it's very much a Windsor 427 with Edelbrock heads, Edelbrock single plane manifold, and a Aeromotive dual fuel log system. Didn't decide to go with any EFI. We wanted to keep the entire package true to its original form and keep it simple stupid. So what we've done with that is we've pulled the engine down to a bare block and we assembled the cylinder heads, manifold, all of the aspects of the engine that bolt on, and from there we die grind, add, subtract, do whatever we need to do to what we call gap spec that engine. So it's like body lining up, body panels on the outside of the car. We do the same thing with the way that all those components intersect each other on that engine. So we've done that. We've used some dark world product cast cylinder valve covers, and we've blocked those down and we've painted them black, etc. And we think that's probably one of the nice aspects of the engine package that we've done. It just gives it a very factory flavour. From there we purchased a Billet Specialties True Track serpentine drive system that incorporates air conditioning compressor, power steering pump, and a 140 amp alternator, full billet alternator. Beautiful product out of the box. It was supplied to us in a polished form. So what we chose to do there is we rubbed that down with 600 and finish it off with the Scotch-Brite to match the overall theme of the raw aluminium look that we were chasing with the car. We wanted the car to be very much very user-friendly, very easy to maintain, but also keeping that factory flavour. With things such as the radiator, it's got a PWR custom radiator we drew up on CAD. It's a lot broader, wider. It's a crossflow radiator, and we've heavily modified the skirt so it takes up a far more area. So pretty much the grille opening has that full air chute area to utilise as much airflow as we could possibly get through the radiator. We've got a custom mount that we make up underneath that, which is very similar to a Commodore donut mount, and that takes the stress away from the tanks, so it's pretty much freestanding. Off the back of that, we've got an aluminium chute fan shroud that retains the Durali dual 2000 CFM thermos. The car runs extremely cool, very efficient. Again, we wanted the client to have a package that was never going to be an issue with the car getting hot in traffic, etc. With the overflow tanks, we basically went to a SoCal Speed Shop spun aluminium tank, and we got a second one and we machined the base of it out. And the Billet Specialties serpentine system comes with a billet overflow reservoir that has an anti-surge pipe in the middle of it and an AN fitting part to it. So what we've done is we've TIG welded that into the base of the SoCal reservoir, and by doing that it's given us the symmetry and the matching component both sides. Spun up some nice aluminium mounts to just have it sort of self-suspended off the skirts, and it just gives it a very factory flavour. With pipes, we custom made the 2-inch pipes that feed into a Flowmaster scavenger collector, and by doing that it gives extremely good flow and allowed us to package all of the exhaust to get around the rack and pinion steering, etc. We'll go into that in a later video. We've used we like to use AN fittings. I don't particularly like stainless lines, so we used the Kevlar black hose, again more factory flavour about it. It's got a red trace in it, which allows us to tie in our detail point is a red trace pin line around the entire car, so it allowed us to give that little bit of detail to that, which is something that's important to us. And speed flow allow us to the benefit of being able to colour code all the different variances of the black and the polished, or the black and the satin, or whatever we want in our combinations of our AIM fittings. And then we've always worked with us quite tightly to do that. So that allows us to have a very tailored look in the way that the hoses and the fittings finish off to each other. And pretty much everything else in there is pretty heavily sculptured. So in a later video we'll talk about the panel fabrication and sheet metal fabrication that we've done. But that's just a basic overview of the mechanical package of the engine bay of Warhorse. It's essentially about a 650 horse engine, very streetable. We could have gone for a lot more horsepower if we chose to, but again, we wanted something that was very streetable, very user-friendly. The client's not a total car nut, so we didn't have to back off, roller cams, etc. So it's a very, very simple package, but lots of fun to drive around in. Anyway, we'll catch up a little bit later, and I hope you've enjoyed viewing it as much as we've had fun doing it.